Hello everyone. Today our group, which is group 4, will present on the issue of overfishing and marine resource depletions in Malaysia. We will explain its impacts, the related sustainable development goals, Malaysian policies, and how these efforts work together to manage the problem.
In the beginning of this video, I will define what is overfishing. So, overfishing is an uncontrolled fishing action that catching and removing too many fish in aquatic system. So, as this issue persists, it will cause marine resource depletion. So, what is marine resource depletion? Resource depletion actually means overexploitation and degradation of living and non-living marine resources such as fish. Now a question appears. Why is overfishing still happens even though it can damage the marine ecosystem? First of all, overfishing happens because of poor management of fishing capacity. Poor management of fishing capacity by the government can cause overfishing where too much fishes are fished for only few sources of seafood. Unlimited and loose license application also leads to the problem. Next, there are high demand for fish. When the global population has slightly increased, the needs for the seafood is increasing. This brings profit to the fisher, pushing them to fish more and more fishes in an unsustainable way to get money. Last but not least, the changing in fishing technologies contributes to overfishing. Since more advanced and efficient tools and technologies to ease the fishing process are invented. The widely usage of these tools and technology advancement has led to uncontrolled fishing that are more weighing on the profit than the sustainable fishing style. So, why does this matter? As overfishing persists, the coastal fishery resource in Southeast Asia, including Malaysia, has shown a signal of overexploitation where the marine resource depletion is slowly resulted. Not only that, the marine capture stock in Malaysia has shown a continuous decline in 5 out of the last 6 years. From all these statements, we can predict that there will be more serious issues arise globally if overfishing is not combated where we will have very little or no more fish to be caught in the future. Therefore, the rest of this video will be mainly concerned on the impact of overfishing, relevant sustainable development goals, and lastly, how government policies and NGOs action can prevent overfishing. Today I will be sharing the impact of environmental and fishing-related issues on Malaysia's natural resources and communities. Firstly, ecosystem damage is a major concern. The loss of biodiversity occurs as many marine species are overexploited, leading to an imbalance in the marine ecosystem. This disrupts food chains and affects the entire ecosystem. Coral reef and mangrove forests, which are vital breeding grounds for marine life, are also being destroyed due to the pollution, harmful practices. Secondly, there is a clear decline in marine population. Overfishing, especially of popular species, is pushing fish stocks at dangerous level. In addition, illegal, unreported, and unregulated fishing activities make it difficult to manage resources properly. On top of that, climate change and environmental stress like warming seas and water pollution further reduce the survival of marine species. Next, let's look at the effect on coastal communities and fishermen. As fish stock decline, their livelihoods are directly affected. With less fish to catch, income becomes unstable. This leads many young people in these communities to migrate to cities in search of better jobs and opportunities. Over time, this can lead to erosion of traditional fishing knowledge and weaken the social fabric of these coastal communities. Finally, all these factors contribute to the economic impact on Malaysia's fisheries industry. With reduced fish output, the country earns less from export and may even need to import fish to meet the local demand. This weakens national food security and put pressure on the economics. It also affects related sectors such as fish processing, transportation, and retail, causing a ripple effect across the supply chain. In summary, the health of our marine ecosystem is closely tied to our environment, economy, and society. Protecting it is not just about nature, it's about our future too. Sustainable practices and strong regulations are essential to ensure long-term benefits for both people and the planet.
Overfishing and marine degradation directly threaten SDG 14, life below water. In Malaysia, excessive fishing like destructive methods like bottom trawling have caused fish stock to decline and coral reef to deteriorate. This disrupt marine ecosystem and biodiversity under Target 14.4. We are urged to regulate fishing and end overfishing. Malaysia has started protecting key areas like Tun Mustafa Marine Park, but more enforcement is needed. Next is SDG 12. SDG 12 encourages us to consume and produce responsibly. In the context of overfishing, this means choosing seafood that is sustainable sourced. Many people are unaware that their food choices affect ocean health. Malaysia can promote sustainable fishing certifications and better supply chain transparency. It is also crucial to reduce waste, such as abandoned fishing gear, which will pollute the sea. Overfishing also threatens SDG 2, zero hunger. Fish is a vital source of protein for many Malaysian communities, especially in rural coastal areas. As fish population drops, food security becomes a concern. Promoting sustainable fisheries and responsible aquaculture is essential to ensure that future generations still have access to nutritious food from the sea.
Next is Malaysian policy tackling overfishing. First is National Agro-Food Policy 2021-2013 (NAP 2.0). First is to promoting aquaculture in under blue economy. Second is major focus on expanding aquaculture to reduce dependency on wild fish. This policy also addresses climate impact like coral bleaching, rising sea temperature, and habitat loss. And last is to promote research into adapt fisher management. Second is Fisher Act 1985. Key regulation area. First is licensing of fishing vessel or commercial and local fishing vessel must obtain licensee to operate legally. Second is regulated official gear. Specific type of fishing gear are regulated to prevent destructive practice and to ensure sustainable harvest. Third is closed season and zone. Certain area and period are designated as off limit for fishing to allow fish stock to replenish. Enforcement and amendments. First is strengthening enforcement mechanisms. Second is increasing fine and penalty for violation. Third is combating illegal, unreported, and unregulated IUU fishing more effectively. And lastly is marine protected area. First is restricting fishing zone. MPAS designated specific marine area where fishing activity are limited or prohibited. This is to allowing fishing population to recover and grow without pressure from fisher. Second is habitat protection by preserving critical habitat like coral, reef, mangrove and seagrass bed. MPAS meant to maintain healthy ecosystem that support fishing, breeding and juvenile development. Last is sustainable fisher management. MPAS often complement national fisheries regulated by providing safe refuges for fisher, helping to sustain fish stock in the long term.
To effectively address overfishing and marine resource depletions, it's important to understand how global goals and national policies are connected. Firstly, at the global level, we have Sustainable Development Goal 14, Life Below Water, which focuses on the conserving our oceans and marine resources. A key target under SDG 14 is 14.4, which call for the regulations of fishing activities, the end of overfishing, and the eliminations of illegal, unreported, and unregulated fishing. It also encourages science-based management to restore fish populations. This goal acts as a guide on also pushing countries around the world, including Malaysia, to take actions. Secondly, Malaysia translates these global visions into local action through various national policies. For example, the Fisheries Act 1985 controls fishing zone licensing and fishing methods, while the National Agri-Food 2.0 promotes sustainable fisheries and aquaculture. These policies are tailored to Malaysia's specific marine challenges and economic priorities. Third, we can say that SDGs provide the visions, while Malaysian policies implement that visions. The SDGs act as a long-term framework, and the policies make those goals achievable through enforcement, funding, and education. And finally, by working together, these global and local frameworks help Malaysia protect its marine biodiversity and ensure food security for future generations and support the livelihoods of coastal communities that depend on the fishing ecosystem.
Hi, I am Alice and I will present about conclusion and call to action of overfishing and marine degradation. Overfishing has reached critical level threatening marine biodiversity, food security and the livelihood of millions who depends on healthy ocean. The unchecked exploitation of marine resources not only disrupt ecosystem but also accelerate the collapse of vital fish population. The urgency to act is undeniable. Global policy and international agreements such as the United Nations Sustainable Development Goal 14 or SDG 14, Life Below Water play a crucial role in promoting sustainable fisheries and protecting marine habitat. However, policy alone is not enough. Real change also depends on everyday choice made by individuals and communities. Each of us can contribute to ocean conservation by choosing sustainably sourced seafood, supporting eco-label like the Marine Stewardship Council (MSC), and raising awareness about the importance of responsible consumption. Community can further discuss by advocating for stronger marine protection and support local initiatives that prioritize ocean health. The future of our ocean is in our hands. Let's act before too late. Protect our ocean before they run dry. That's the end of our presentation. Thank you.